The call came in at 3:17 a.m. Abandoned structure fire, 345 Willow Lane. Captain Tom Grayson gripped the radio, his brows furrowing. Willow Lane. They'd responded to plenty of fires on that street before, but not to this house. As the fire truck rumbled through the quiet streets, he glanced at his partner, Jenkins, who was flipping through the call history on the onboard computer. "No recent reports of squatters," Jenkins muttered, shaking his head. "Neighbors say it's been empty for years." Tom nodded, staring out into the darkness beyond the windshield. Then, who called it in? The house loomed ahead of them, engulfed in flames that licked at the crumbling walls and cracked windows. It was an old Victorian, the kind that once housed families but had long since been left to rot. Tom and his crew suited up, their gear weighing heavy, the heat already radiating from the structure. As they moved in, the radio crackled. "Chief, we're hearing screams from inside," came a voice from one of the rookies. Tom froze. "You sure?" "Positive." A chill ran down his spine despite the searing heat. He strained his ears, and there it was. Faint, desperate cries. "Help us, please!" The voice was small, frightened. Tom snapped into action. "Jenkins, with me. The rest of you, contain the fire." They moved quickly, forcing their way through the charred front door. The hallway inside was a furnace, the wooden floors groaning under their weight, flames creeping along the wallpaper like hungry fingers. "Fire department! Call out if you can hear us!" Tom shouted. The screams echoed down the hall, leading them deeper into the house. "Over here!" The voice was clearer now, high-pitched, desperate. A child. Tom pushed forward, his heart hammering. Room after room, they found nothing but broken furniture and smoke-choked emptiness. The cries seemed to shift, always just beyond reach. "Where the hell are they?" Jenkins panted, his mask fogging up. Tom didn't answer. He couldn't shake the gnawing sense that something was wrong. They reached the back of the house, kicking open what looked like an old nursery door. Inside, the air was thick and suffocating, but the room was empty. No child, no one. Just an eerie quiet, broken only by the crackling flames outside. And then, a whisper. Tom stiffened. The sound curled around him like smoke, soft and distant. "They never found us." He spun around, flashlight darting over the peeling wallpaper and broken crib. "Jenkins, we need to get out of here." Jenkins nodded, looking spooked. "Yeah, let's move." Back outside, the flames were dying down, but the unease lingered. The rookie firefighter who had heard the screams was pale. "Did you find them?" Tom shook his head, his throat dry. "There's no one in there." But I heard them." Tom didn't respond. He couldn't, because he had heard them too. The investigation was quick. No signs of recent activity, no squatters, no pets, no explanation. The official report stated the fire was likely caused by faulty wiring, just another accident in an old, abandoned house. But Tom couldn't shake the feeling that they had missed something, or someone. A few days later, curiosity got the better of him. He sat at the station computer, pulling up old records on the property. And what he found made his blood run cold. The house once belonged to the Lanning family, a family of 4. They had died in a house fire on that exact spot, 30 years ago. Tom sat back in his chair, his heart hammering against his ribs. He skimmed through the article. Mother, father, 2 children trapped inside. Firefighters arrived too late. The eerie part? A witness claimed they heard screaming long after the flames had died down, but no bodies were ever found inside. Tom felt his hands tremble. He looked over at Jenkins, who had been watching him silently. What if... Tom swallowed hard. What if those screams weren't from someone living? Jenkins stared at him for a long moment, then shook his head. "Don't go there, man." But Tom knew he had been in enough fires to know when something wasn't right. And in that house, something had been very, very wrong. Weeks passed, but the whispers lingered in the back of Tom's mind. Some nights, he swore he heard them again, faint and distant. "They never found us." And every time he passed Willow Lane, he could feel eyes watching from the burned-out shell of the house that wasn't supposed to have anyone inside. The end.